up, everybody? Welcome to Artist Alley. My name is John Davis, and on this show we're going to take a look at interesting people from the East Tennessee, Knoxville area, mainly independent business owners, artists, writers, musicians, creatives of all sorts. And with us today we have Lord Isaac Riendo.
Hey, it's me. How you guys doing?
Not too bad, man. So, first question, why do you do what you do as a tattoo artist?
I've been pretty much into art my whole life, ever since I could hold a crayon in my hand. I've been drawing, coloring. Tattooing kind of fell in my lap back in 2003. I was kind of without direction in life, kind of just bouncing job to job. I had an opportunity to pursue an apprenticeship, and I did, and it worked out. I haven't turned my back since. It's been a dream in a way, but not a dream that I wanted. So it's been kind of something that's evolved over time. Now that I look back at it, I don't know what I would do without it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of, in a way, I was kind of going down a bad path in life, so it kind of got me out of that, straightened my way, and got me on the better path. Since I've been tattooing, I've had a family, built a family. I built a career, and recently just opened a shop here in Knoxville. So everything's just kind of falling in line, And I also know what I do without tattooing, man. It's just another art form for me, but it's a passion too. So it's something that I love to do every day. So it doesn't feel like work ever,
Yeah, and that exactly right there, like I said, interesting people, like independent business. That's the kind of people we want who don't who took their passion and turned it into their career. That, not to disparage anybody who does run a hotel or anything like that, because that could be their passion, but we want the creative people that tattooing. Tattooing is a highly impressive creative art, because you have to be able to draw it, and then you have to be able to transpose that onto somebody. And you can't erase it. That's a permanent mark, So you have to be very skilled.
It's definitely been a journey, man. I started out a self-taught tattoo artist, so I bought some equipment offline one day and just started going to it on my friends, my homies, and it evolved from there. Back when I first started tattooing, it was in the early 2000s, and it wasn't as popular as it was now. So it was a little harder to get supplies, especially if you weren't in a shop and licensed. So it was a little bit of a struggle in the beginning, but it was something that I wanted to pursue because I had the passion for it. I worked the 9 to 5s, I worked the factory jobs, I worked the desk jobs, the front desk jobs. Man, I didn't find any type of passion in any of that stuff. You know what I mean? I was young when I first started tattooing, so I kind of got to live a little bit of life first.
Yeah.
And then when I was able to really come into my prime of my life and figure out tattooing, it evolved into something different.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, man. It's definitely allowed me to be more creative. I never really got good with authority, so I don't like to be told what to do. So it's been kind of a good way for me to express myself and help others express themselves too. I have a shop full of great artists, all local artists here, and it's just been nice to kind of be around that vibe and have everybody kind of just, we all flow real good together and we all have our own style, but work's not like work,
Yeah.
It's like just going to hanging out with the homies all day.
Yeah, you went and created your own community.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, the way we kind of look at it, Alex and myself, is that's what we kind of want to build is, so on the show so far, I think I've done maybe 10 to 12 interviews. I've known two people before we interviewed them. We're meeting all kinds of new people
awesome.
that are, not only did they come to us, they're reaching our name out to other people.
Yeah.
We're just kind of building I would like to build a tight-knit community of local businesses in Knoxville, because I want Knoxville to be the biggest city in Tennessee, the biggest city in the world.
Knoxville's it's a meshing pot for so many different types of culture that nobody really knows about. You know what I mean? Everything's so hidden out here, and this is great. I think what you guys are doing is amazing.
Yeah.
I definitely, when I saw or heard about it, I wanted to jump on board right away, because since I've been in Knoxville, I've only been here since 2013, and the tattoo community here in Knoxville is very close knit. Everybody is very territorial in their own space.
Yeah, self-contained.
And it's that old mentality. You know? And since I've been here, man, I've really tried to break that and bring other shops and other artists together. And there's some other shops in town that we have a really good relationship with, and we're starting to try to build other things, activities outside of tattooing to kind of get us together.
Yeah.
You know, so stuff like this is really good. You know, it brings people that have never met, that are doing the same thing that we don't even know about, you know, together.
Yeah,
That's great. I think it's great.
Like a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of the, not to disparage anybody, but a lot of the old heads are like, well, I got to get mine. No, man.
Yeah,
everybody get theirs, and everybody will come up.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it, you know.
I always look at it in this industry, especially with tattooing. You know, I look at it as there's plenty out there. There's plenty of business for everybody. You know, what gets wrong is when the shops want to undercut each other. You know.
Yeah.
We start hating on each other and bad mouthing one another. That's when things really start to turn a different tide. And for me, you know, I like to encourage people to collect. You know, like, I don't need to be your only artist. You know, if you like other work, go and get, you know, collect tattoos. That's what it's all about. You know, these conventions that we do, especially the ones here in town, you see so many people with works from all over because they collect. You know, and they end up with beautiful pieces of work on their body. Yeah. I wish it was more here. You know, I wish more of the artists here would get together and have that mindset of letting the collectors collect instead of, you're mine, don't go there, you know.
Yeah.
Or I'll do it for less than that guy. You know, it should be more of that mindset of, let me help you out. You know, this guy would do a better job than I'll do. You know what I mean? Because that's the type of work they do. You know, it should be more of that kind of network.
It should, but it's not how it is, and it
it's
sucks.
not.
But so let's go ahead and run you through our questions of death.
Yeah.
So these are just off the wall questions that we thought of.
Shoot.
So in a lot of families, they have traditions and things like that. What is one of your favorite family traditions? Could be from when you were a kid, or could be as you've grown up that you've created yourself. What is just one you look at and you're like, that is my favorite tradition we had as a family?
So that's a good one. I actually, I recently just created a tradition in my family. I've got 4 kids, 3 girls and a boy. And a few years ago, you know, I grew up in a single family household where we were very, lower wage, you know. So I've been a little bit more successful than my parents were. I've had it a little easier. And so I try to provide my kids a little easier life than I had. But a few years ago, I realized that I think I was being a little too easy. You know, they were kind of not respecting the stuff that they had and understanding things. So we created a tradition, me and my wife. Every year around Christmas time, we just started doing donations. But lately, we would take our money and we would go and we would buy stuff for bag lunches, and we would make up bag lunches and go down and feed all the homeless. So that's a tradition we do every year. This last year, with the shop opening, we actually all did it as a shop, as a collective. I think we handed out about 500 to 600 lunches.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
On Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So, you know, I'm trying to teach my kids that, you know, you can have everything in the world, but you still need to give back.
Yeah.
You still need to help out those that are less fortunate. You know, so that's one of my traditions, you know, and every year I hope that it gets bigger. In the shop, we try to promote it more every year, and this next year I hope it gets bigger and we do more and help more people get involved and help out. I know some people look at it like, why help, you know, why do that, why? But these people are less fortunate. You know, we don't know their circumstances.
Yeah.
I've definitely been in spots like that. I've definitely been at the bottom of the barrel. I've definitely been homeless, you know, so I understand. And I understand sometimes it's hard to ask for help. So the least I could do, I feel, is just give back that way and show my kids that you can still give back and appreciate the things you have as well.
I was about to say, you're the second person to bring up like homelessness and helping those that, like, no matter what they look like or what they've been through, like helping them, because that's like I said earlier, rising tide lifts all ships. Like, you help out everybody.
I think it's important to give back to the community.
And I mean,
you know, any way you can.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That is a great tradition. That is a better answer to the question I asked. Like, that is much better than I would have guessed. So, what is something? Excuse me. What is something that when you see somebody doing it, it immediately makes you think more highly of them? Like, what is something you could see them and you're like, oh, this raises their stature in my eyes?
I think selflessness. You know.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's kind of a back-to-back on this one. I didn't think about that, you know?
It's kinda, it goes hand in hand, man. Like, you know, it makes me feel good to see others help out, you know. Definitely when I see somebody put somebody before themselves, you know, that's always a good feeling. Especially when you know that person, or you know that, you know, you might have had a hand in making them have a different mindset about helping out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's definitely, selflessness is something that above and beyond for me, man. Like, that's amazing stuff. You know, it takes somebody has to go above and beyond themselves.
But yeah, let's say thinking beyond themselves,
you know?
which Nowadays, like, it seems like it's hard, but if
yeah.
you know, don't watch the news, watch your people. Because
Yeah,
like I said, I said that
exactly.
exact quote earlier. I was like, don't watch the news, watch your people.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the people are helping, but you're not going to hear about that because that's not what sells.
Oh yeah, it's exactly. It's nobody
know?
wants to hear a good story or
Exactly.
a happy ending. You know.
So, what is one way that you were different from where you were 10 years ago, personally?
Oh wow. Well, shit.
I feel like it's going to be a big difference, you know? 'cause-
10 years ago, man, I was just kind of coming into my prime of life of figuring things out, you know? I think 10 years ago, I was still at that breaking point of trying to understand where I needed to be and where I was at. You know what I mean? Now, I definitely know where I'm at. I definitely know where I want to go.
Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely a difference in mindset, you know? I've had 10 years is a long time. It's a long time to kind of think and reminisce and, you know, kind of think about what you've done in that 10-year span, you know, where your life has gone, you know, what directions you've taken. And for me, I'm always trying to move forward. So, you know, my progress is always up. And especially, I hope in the next 10 years, I'm even further ahead, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man, that makes sense too. I mean, you were at a turning point and you look back at that and you're like, oh, well, this is where I was and which way do I need to go? And you look now and you're like, I think you made the right choice. Yeah, you know, you're
took the right
loving
path.
where you loving where you are. Four kids. I mean, you have your own shop. Like, yeah, you made the right choice.
I'm loving life, man. It's good.
So, if you could domesticate any animal that would listen, like it obeys you and everything.
Yeah.
If you could domesticate any animal, what animal would it be?
Oh man.
Only limitation on this is it has to be a real animal.
A real animal?
Yeah, because 100% I'd say a Pegasus.
Oh man, if I could domesticate any animal, man, I would have to go with probably a silverback gorilla, man. I would just love to have one of those things around, just to like lift shit and just like like climb up the trees when I needed to, get stuff cut down, you know, eat some branches off, or I need a car moved, you know.
Just have you bury your McGilla gorilla?
Yeah, throw a suit on when I need to go out, do my security, I'm mess with no gorilla.
I know Tyson. He tried to pay a dude $10,000, let him go in there and punch one. Like, I don't know if I'd have turned $10,000 down for Mike Tyson to punch a gorilla.
Yeah, that's.
I would have messed him. One of them.
Safe for sure.
Yeah, they would have been messed up. One of them. All right, so we got 2 questions left.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one real quick. Who would win in a fight between Smokey the Bear and McGruff the Crime Dog?
Oh man, I have to go with Smokey the Bear.
Ah.
The Bear's got the dog all day.
Oh man, McGruff has a gun and he's an inner city cop, man.
Yeah,
like that's where I'm coming
I think
from.
it's logical. His fingers are too fat to put in that little trigger hole. He's not gonna shoot that gun.
All right, you're the only person that has said that answer, so I'll respect it. All right, so we got 1 question left, and before we hit the final question, I'm going to throw it to you and let you throw it out to this camera right here.
Yeah.
Talk to the people, let them know where you're at, where your shop is, your Facebook, Instagram, all your social medias.
Yeah, definitely.
Let these fine people go by because we're blocking up the alley.
You're good.
Y'all are good. We're blocking up the alley. So go ahead, throw it out to the people.
So we're down here in Bearden, 5117 Homburg Drive, Knoxville Tattoo Collective. Come check us out. We do it all. We got tattooing, body piercing, permanent makeup. We got 4 in-house artists right now. We're open 6 days a week. You can get online. You can check us out. We're on all Google, Facebook, Instagram. Just look up Knoxville Tattoo CO on Instagram. If you want to email us, knoxvilletattooco@gmail.com. Our phone number is 865-474-9054. Come check us out.
All right. And as always, we will have all of these links down in the description. So go check them out and go get some fantastic work done by some fantastic artists.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so last piece of advice, and we'll
Yes.
get you out of here. What was the single best piece of advice you have ever received about anything? Life, work, family, anything?
Time is money.
Very fast answer. And very, very apt for that piece of advice.
Yeah. Time is money.
All right, man. So we're going to get you real quick. We're going to get you to sign our stool.
Oh, cool.
And then
Yeah.
that is going to be it, man. You
Awesome.
survived.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead. Let me get these Sharpies real quick.
Why you gotta put them in a Ziploc bag like that?
Because I'm not an idiot and can get them.